Hey, what's up? This is Fox, and today I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of my favorite motherfucking woman ever. I'm gonna be showing you guys a little bit about Angela. Most people don't know, but Angela was actually bought by Marvel from a company called Image Comics. It's the same company that did Spawn. Now, upon buying rights to this character or whatever, I guess the storyline changed a little bit, and who she is in the Marvel Universe is actually Thor's brother. She was raised by angels from the lost realm of heaven. Wink, wink, heaven. Because she was chilling with Jesus, you know what I mean? Then, upon figuring out about Asgard and all of that, I guess something bad happened to her from Loki. I guess Loki did something real, Loki like. We all know how Loki be. And because of that, her and Thor and Asgard had it out for each other. They clashed really hard. And then, upon learning the truth that she was actually Odin's daughter or child or whatever, I don't know what she is. I mean, obviously she's a chick or whatever, but you know how angels work. Now she is actually an angel. She's a warrior. She was trained by those angels at the lost realm of heaven. Wink, wink, where Jesus had his goons train her. So she became a warrior and she fights. She's awesome. We're going to talk a little bit more about what she does in the Marvel Universe and Marvel Heroes 2016 because she's the latest hero. Let's get into this gameplay though. Okay, so Angela kind of plays, she reminds me of Blade. If you really like Blade, you're going to really like playing her. So, as I'm fighting dinosaurs, you know what I mean? Because they don't belong here. They're extinct. You know, Jesus obviously sent a meteor to blow them up. So this just doesn't make any sense. So here she go in the zoo, slaughtering all these dinosaurs. Wonder where they came from. And the giraffe snake or whatever that thing is. So let's get more into what she does as a warrior. Because she's a warrior, majority of her skills are largely based around melee. So if you really don't like melee, then she's kind of not the character to you. Well, like I said, she plays a lot like Blade in a way that she's a melee assassin. Now, I know I said warrior before or whatever. I mean, they're one and the same in Marvel Universe. If you're a warrior, you're an assassin, whatever. Warriors can assassinate things. But her skills are very cool. She has ribbons as one of her skill trees where these ribbons passively attack things next to you. As you can see, me just look, I'm just walking and the ribbons are literally just ripping these guys apart alone. It's and mind you, she did come from the universe where Spawn comes from, which is Image Comics or whatever. So that's where all of that comes from. In a way, you could say that that had a big influence on the way her skills work and whatnot. That's kind of funny that Spawn's from hell, or whatever, and she's from heaven. I don't really know her background at Image Comics or with Spawn or whatnot, but it's cool. Maybe I'll look into that later. As you can see, she has some really nice damage, really nice damage. Her signature works just like Blade's signature. Well, his kind of does like a moon and all that stuff and hits hardware, but like what I mean, like it works just like Blade, as in like it's literally three really hard hits, and Blades is I guess four hits technically. Well, he does like a massive AOE with a fear or something like that. And then on top of that, he does three small hits or whatever, which is cool. So the way I like to play her, I guess use her regular basic, which is rending blades. Then I use whirling ribbons because this skill's very explosive. That's pretty much what it is. You just seen it brute for 700,000 right there. And then you have this Angelic Smite, and let me show you what this does. It's just, if you guys play Blade, you guys know about skills like this. So she basically goes up in the air, then she lands, and then she does like a melee spin or something like that that does damage twice per second, so basically like damage over time. You see again like that. So this is by any means not her mid-maxing build or anything like that. Just every time I play her, this is kind of the build that I like to play on her. And the main reason is just that I'm showing you the main reason. Like, I think she plays like Blade. She's like a female version of Blade, and I love Blade's gameplay. She actually feels a lot less clunkier than Blade, right? But then let me show you where she gets better than Blade at. Oh yeah, this is her movement ability. When she moves, the ribbons just rip everything apart, literally like razor blades. This is, you know what? Angela takes the cake for one of the coolest females in the Marvel universe right now. All right, so we're gonna go to the third skill, and this skill, Hypnotic Ribbons, is probably one of the dopest skills ever when you're melee class, because when you're surrounded by a bunch of idiots, you just do this, and it does damage them too, right? It does pit a lot of damage on them, but let me show you what it really does. Okay, it confuses the enemies. Confused enemies deal 7,000% more damage to other enemies. So imagine you are surrounded by others and you just boom. So now they're gonna shoot each other, and when they hit each other, they're gonna just about one shot each other because they hit like buses, like super buses, like Mack trucks. Like imagine a Mack truck on speed from the movie Speed, speed next to the bus. It's going down. All right. So on top of that, you have this other skill that's really dope. Let me show you. It's called Stunning Ikers or whatever. Look, whatever. I can't pronounce it, whatever. But this skill is so cool because I believe it. This power always deals a brutal strike. Oh my goodness! Look at these dolphins. They so cute, man. Look. Oh man. So I'm gonna throw the axe. It's a little. Check this out. Wait. Let's wait for it to come off a cooldown. Let's hide over here for a second. Hey, what you guys doing over here camping? Oh, look at that, man. Man, what is that thing? Whatever that thing is, it's a dolphin shark land creature. Alright, we're about to axe on sight the next mob that we see. Boom! Look at that, look at that. So it hits them going one way, and then it comes back like a boomerang. Now, the fifth skill I have on my bar. Now look at this, look at this. I'm just going to press 3. I'm just going to press 3 and run through this. I don't really need to do much to these guys whatsoever. I can just slide right through. But the fifth skill on my bar is my... Hold on, let's wait till this guy goes away. This is my team up away abilities are activated right now. Alright, so we're going to run over here. And then we're going to use the signature on this little guy. Well, that sucks that we're not going to use it over here. We're not going to use it over here. So we'll just waste it. We're going to run to a boss, and we're going to use it on a boss. Okay, there's no boss over here, but there's some type of machine. That's fine. So we're finally out of there. Let's go over here, see if we can find anything. Nothing big's over here, but we just, because they're not big, we ain't even got to worry about anything. You know what? If we wanted to, we could probably just stand right here, because our ribbons would just rip everything apart anyway. Dude, what they really need to do is just buy Spawn. We need Spawn in the Marvel universe, and he can come from Venom's planet or something like that, and we can get it popping. Okay, so we're just gonna use our 3 on all these mobs over here. Let's find out where we really gotta go. There's something over here. There might be something for us to use our signature on. It's not. It's not. But we're gonna use our signature anyway. Okay. Boom. 1 hit, 2 hit, and then boom, the third hit. 921,000. Wasn't even a brute. It was just a crit. You should see the brutes from the skill. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely amazing. Feels that same power you feel on Blade when you hit your signature. That's how it feels. Like, oh my goodness, what just happened to that mob's health? But on top of that, you have all these other little cool skills that's in with her. You know what I mean? That's just so cool. Look at this. Like, it's just so many extra things. She doesn't even need this stuff, but it's just there. It's just awesome. With Blade, you just auto attack. You hit with a couple like skills that bleed or whatever. You know what I mean? She doesn't even have to do that. She doesn't even have to do that. I don't think the ribbons. Let me see. Where she get a bleed from? She gets a bleed from this, which is the Angelic Smite, which is probably the coolest freaking slam down ever. Now let's see. What the hell? So there's no boss in this place? I've never been in this place before. But we're gonna murder everything just cause. Boom! Oh, then we're gonna use our. See right there. Dang, there's no one else to attack with it. There we go. Look at that. 2 million. 2 million crit. with the last attack. Wasn't even a brute. Another fell, people. We're gonna get that brute soon, though. We're gonna get that brute. Believe me. Believe in me. Up another instance that I get to literally just run around in circles with the 3 press and wipe out all these mobs on the mini map. Look at them. They're all gone. They're all gone. Look, there's a group over here. Instantly teleport to them. Instantly put dots on them. Look at that. Dot crit and brutin for 100k. It's just a passive to Angelic Smite. So much damage. Let's see who comes out of here. Oh, this is the perfect chance to show you guys not only my signature, but to show you guys my ultimate. So let's do this. Oh, we just gotta beat this pipe up. Okay, I believe this is supposed to spawn that crocodile guy, whoever he is. You know, the guy from Ninja Turtles. Oh, there's 2 of them now. Okay. Boom. Now he should be over here, and this guy's getting jacked. 2, 3, 2 million. It was a lot of damage, but it wasn't enough. But it's cool. See numbers, I'm not even geared on her right now. And she's just able and capable of so much damage. It's kind of crazy. Mind you, this build is not a mid-max build. This is just a build of skills that I'm comfortable with playing with. There's tons of builds for her out there. I'm not a good person or whatever to give you builds for characters, especially characters I don't main. I definitely don't main her. I main Taskmaster and I still can't really give you a build with him. I just use what I use. The game's not that hard or whatever to the point where you really need to min-max. Some people won't allow you into raids and stuff like that unless you're min-maxing. But I don't pay attention to none of that. Find yourself a nice super group and rock with them for a bit till you get all buffed and beefed up or whatever. Then you really don't have to worry about no one telling you nothing or telling you how you want to play your class. So another thing about her that I can show you guys is right here where you have your live-in ribbons. Now this is the passive. This is the passive Targle, right? This is another talent I use a lot. It's pretty much a waste not to have this talent, to be honest. If you look at the physical damage on that, physical damage 50,000 to 75,000 damage per hit. Attacks nearby enemies once every 1.5 seconds, right? Now, I believe that's what this talent right here, because what this talent does is delivering ribbons to double their attack rate. So that's what this talent does. And in this one, it makes the ribbons pull people to them. So let me see if I can show you guys right now. It should be pulling them if it doesn't kill them. Okay, it's not pulling those guys, but let's see if it pulls someone. Okay, it kind of pulled them. It's not really a good pull. It's more of like a quick stun, but nonetheless, it's still pretty good. And as you can see, this is all the ribbons doing damage to them. Like, I'm not doing anything to them. And then you have this one. This one protects you from enemy attacks, reflecting 3% of incoming projectiles. Which is lame. We want barrage. We want the attack speed on a ribbon. So that passive ribbon can just be ripping things, all sorts of new, holes and stuff like that. Some of these other skills, they're okay. They're bland. I don't really like them. I don't use them too much or whatever. They're kind of like copy skills from other like melee characters or whatever. I try to make this build as, I would say, unique to her as possible, because some of these skills that she's using, no other character in the game really has any of these skills. Now for this is my get out of stuns and stuff like that. Crowd control, immunity duration 7 seconds. Literally for 7 seconds I am immune to crowd control. And you see the passives on there: the damage reduction, defense rating, total defense rating, dodge rating, total dodge rating, health regen, all that stuff. 100% of your health. And spirit when you are defeated. So every 4.6 minutes I literally have a get out of jail free card. And I know you guys love those, because when you're doing that one boss that boss, the one that runs you over like the Juggernaut by accident because you was taking too long to get out of his way because you wanted to get that extra bit of damage in, you don't die. You don't have to do that long harassing run back. She's just a really good character. If you love female characters, if you want a character that has some real power to her, or whatever. I know majority of the female characters in this game has a lot of power, or whatever. So that's really cool and everything. But if you want a female character that fights kind of like how the males fight in the game, which is slow and hard hits, she would probably be your best bet. She's very tanky. If you look at this, I have 49% damage reduction, which is ridiculous. And then the damage, 3.2k. And trust me, I don't even have, this is probably the best thing I even have equipped on her right now. As you can see, I don't have a legendary. I don't even have perfect relics for her, okay? I'm literally using a relic so I can run faster because I'm a nut for speed. I just like to run. I don't always like to use the travels or whatever. I do use them, but sometimes I just like to run. Sometimes when you're traveling, it takes the immersiveness out of the game for you. You know what I'm saying? So look at this. And you know what? I think she's probably one of the only melees I can think of right now that has one of those skills that are just like this. Like I know Doctor Doom has one. Who else has one? I can't think of much. But majority of the characters I know that do have them are not like melee warrior fighters. You know what I mean? So can you imagine her in Danger Room, right? Let's smash through this guy right fast. 2.3 million crit right there. Just a crit, not even a brute, I might consider building her a brute build or something like that and showing you guys the real damage that she can really put out, because to be honest, this is just a really get by build. Like I said, it's not a mid-max build. So I know I can push way more damage out of her and way more brutes out of her to make her just completely redundant. Look at that. Look how much damage her Sig does. Her Sig does so much damage. I couldn't even imagine her with Fist of Apocalypse or the Cursed Amulet or any of those things. You know what I mean? She would just be doing way too much damage. Look at this. And in a group like this, they don't do anything. Look at this. They're gonna destroy each other. Destroying each other. You really don't even have to do anything. Like you're number 3. This hypnotic ribbons, I'm telling you, is probably the coolest freaking skill for a melee class. Like this skill alone just makes her so much funner and so much better than Blade. And I know I keep comparing her to Blade, but there's really no one else in the game or whatever to compare her to. Blade is kind of played like her or whatever, except for he loses health. He loses health when his serum's full. And if you put his serum on a defensive, you lose so much damage. You know what I mean? That it's not even worth it. So, those are my honest opinions about her. Let's go wreck this boss, and we're about to show you her ultimate right now.
Kneel or be destroyed.
I'm not doing either. I'm not. That's very sexist. I'm playing a female right now. You will not. Okay. Boom. Now we're about to ulti. We're about to ulti right now. And as you check this out, he's running, but the ribbon's like. So you just saw her ulti, and what her ulti pretty much is a bunch of blades, like spinning blades that go around, and then she gets a massive spirit sword, and she just cleaves the hell out of everything within radius of it, which is probably one of the coolest melee ultimates in a game. I guess can't even like. It's just really fun to use. It's really rewarding. It feels really great when you use it. Alright guys, here we go back at the zoo, and we are at the zoo on the test center. Yes, you heard me correct. This is Angela on the test center. We're going to go over a little bit of things or whatever that's happened to her. Obviously a lot of her passive turned into, well, passives. So what pretty much changes, all 3 of her passive talents that were within this tree are now changed. They're pretty much traits now. Up here, as you can see, talents and traits, and there are these top 3 right here, which her attributes of choice is durability or speed. Now both of those do increase your damage by 4%, which is pretty cool, and her passive is critical hit chance increased by 3%. Then we'll go to living ribbons. Used to be The skill that automatically hits everything when you toggle it or whatever. It's pretty much where all your ribbons just completely go mad, like spawn and just like, oh my goodness, we know what that skill is. And then this is usually her defensive passive that you put points into to get a bunch of things. They're all passives now. That's what matters. They're all passives. You don't have to put points into these, and that's pretty much the only thing that's changed. Freeing up some space on my action bar, so I was able to add know my name and weep, because that definitely does not sound like a skill that Blade would have. Majority of the names of these things, like her signature, for instance, nothing for nothing. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, let's just get into this. Nothing's really changed, guys, at all with her. Let's just see how she does versus the last video. Now she does feel a lot slower. The ribbons seem to attack a lot slower also, even though I have the talent toggle to make attack 2 times as fast. Okay, we're gonna run through this, and it still seems like the confusion thing or whatever is definitely killing them pretty fast. It's 7,500% now, so we're up by a couple percentage, and that's mostly because now our skills are maxed now. Always, we don't have to worry about putting points into it. See, before my skills weren't maxed, now they're all maxed. Now it doesn't really matter. Let's rush through this, just so we can see a kind of compare some stuff on the boss. We're gonna rush to the bosses so we can get a better idea of how fast we were killing the little bosses or whatever in the boss areas compared to before. As you can see, it seems like I still have the power. Okay, I can't just passively wreck things anymore. I actually have to try. Now, it definitely feels like if I don't use my skills, things will not go down passively like they were before. Now, mind you, her signature is still probably the hardest freaking hitting, one of the hardest hitting signatures in the game still. Even on the test center, this signature is very strong. Seem to be much options, whatever, for passively killing things, whatever, just pressing your hypnotic ribbons like before, whatever, and just letting them slay everything. Now, mind you, my gear on this isn't the same as it is on live, but like I said, my gear on live is definitely not max. It's just pretty much just a bunch of random stuff that allows me to get by. Now, something that does concern me is that she does feel rather sluggish compared to before, and it's not just movement speed, it's the attack speed, it's the animations feel a little bit slower. But mind you, we don't have any points into the infinity system whatsoever to compensate for having the low attack speed and stuff like that. So these are things that we can get later on. Now, just for the video's sake, I am going to stop right here, and I'm going to max out the speed. Say I have no gems in right now, whatever, but we're going to max out attack speed, and we're going to max out movement speed. Okay? Now that right there feels like how she feels on live. Let's see if she attacks and stuff like that. As so, attack speed is probably going to play a big part on the new update as far as fluent goes, fluent fighting and stuff like that. So if you want to be very fluent and stuff like that and not feel sluggish, you need attack speed. It's definitely an absolute need for melee classes, and probably every class, to be honest. No matter if you're melee or range, attack speed or whatever, I can't even put emphasis on how much it's going to help you. Like, even just attacking now with 25% more attack speed, it feels so much better. So much better. And as you can see, boom, her signature still does a crap load of damage. She still does a crap load of damage. This is really crazy, actually. I think she's killing it faster than I did on live. And mind you, my gear is a tad bit better on live. It is a tad bit better, but not by much, but not by much. Neither my gear here or on live is suited for DPS. Oh, is this bugged? Did we just bug it? So now we're in the Tower because the last instance that we ran, it did bug out. I guess it's bugged on the test center or whatever, but that's fine. We're going to go fight Cosmic Kingpin or whatever, and I'll probably give you a better understanding of her strength and where she's at right now. Now, mind you, she does not have the carrot to be in Cosmic, but we're gonna see anyway. We're gonna go on Kingpin. We're gonna fight him down a little bit, and we're gonna pop our ultimate or whatever, and see if it changed or anything like that. And we're dead. Oh no, we're not dead. We're not dead. And we're gonna pop the ultimate here, and the ultimate is the same, and it is absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. She just cleaves the world away. Thank you guys so much for your time. It's been great. I hope that I cured your curiosity for this character. And peace out. That's it. Until next time.